Hi, I hope you had a good day today. Tonight's video is on graphing inequalities. Our learning objective is I can graph a solution of any inequality. Before we begin, I want to quickly review the process of solving an inequality. So if we take a look at this first example, we are going to use the inverse of -3. We're going to add 3 to both sides. Those cancel out, bring down the -3x greater than -27 plus 3, that's going to give us -24. Our next step is going to be the inverse operation of -3 times. So we are going to divide by -3 to both sides. -3 over -3 is 1x. And -24 divided by -3 is +8. We need to reverse the inequality symbol because we multiplied or divided by a negative number. I'm going to go ahead and check. Make sure that we rewrite the original problem, the original inequality, and then substitute in. All right, so I've got to pick x is less than 8. I've got to pick a number less than 8. I'm going to pick my old standard of 0. I like that number. It's an easy number to check with. Okay, -3 times 0 is 0 minus 3. 0 minus 3 is -3. And -3 is greater than -27. That is true, so it checks. All right, if we move down to graphing some inequalities, there are a few symbols that I want to review with you. The first symbol is less than, and you remember that it's less than because you can write the word less. You also have greater than. You can write the G for greater than. And these two symbols, inequality symbols, are what we call open circle symbols, okay? And what that means is that the value, much like this x is less than 8, 8 is not included in that. So the value is not included. Value not included, okay? Then we have less than or equal to, this line underneath adds in the or equal to, and we have greater than or equal to. And those two symbols are what we call closed circles. And that means that the value is included. Okay, so meaning that the value is a possible solution, because with inequalities, we have multiple solutions. Okay, so let's try these. Is the circle opened or closed? What I'd like you to do is pause the video, come on back. Okay, hopefully you paused the video. The first thing we're going to look at is x is greater than 4. I know that's a greater than because of the G. Okay, we have greater than if we look is an open circle. So we are not going to shade this in. We're going to be open and it is not included. So 4 is not included as a possible solution. If we take a look at B, we have a less than or equal to. Okay, because we have the or equal to, that means that we shade in. And we say that -2 is included in the solutions. Okay, number 3, we have y is less than 4. Y is less than 4. That is an open circle. That means that 4 is not included. So we are going to leave it an open circle. We are not going to shade in. Go ahead and flip over for me. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at possible solutions. Okay, and this kind of helps with when we check why we can pick different numbers to help check our answers. Okay, so we're going to take a look. We already decided that x is greater than 4 is an open circle. So I'm going to draw an open circle over the 4. And then I've got to think about what are the possible solutions that would fit into x is greater than 4. So what numbers are greater than 4? Well, 5 is, 6 is, 7 is, 9.9 is, 10.5 is, and all of those numbers, there's multiple numbers, but all of those numbers, if we look on our number line, are to the right of our circle. So we are going to shade to the right. We're going to make a bolded arrow going to the right. So that means that all values that are to the right of that 4 are included, but 4 is not included. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at number 2. Okay, what I'd like you to do is pause the video, try it out, come on back. Okay, hopefully you pause the video. The first thing that we're going to do is we are going to circle -2 and determine whether or not it's an open and closed. Because we have the or equal to, it is closed, and -2 is included in the solution. So now we got to figure out what other solutions we have. B is less than or equal to -2. So what values are less than or equal to -2? Well, -5, -4, -3. We could do -10.5. We could do -12.5. There's endless possibilities. And all of these numbers, if we look on the number line, are to the left of the point. So we are going to shade to the left, make sure that we draw our arrow to indicate that those values go on and on and on and on. Okay, try out number 3, pause the video, come on back. Hopefully you pause the video. We're going to take a look at the value of y is less than 4. Go ahead and circle 4. Okay, y is less than 4. 4 is not included, so it's going to be an open circle. And values that are less than 4, they include 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. All of these values are to the left of our point, so we are going to shade to the left. All right, let's put it all together. Let's solve, check, and graph our inequality. Our first step is going to be subtracting 8. We want to do the inverse of adding 8. Okay, we're left with 3x greater than, 2 minus 8 is -6. Okay, we're going to divide by 3 to both sides. 3 over 3 cancels, or not, excuse me, that doesn't cancel out, but that leaves us with 1. -2 divided by 3, that's going to give us -6 divided by 3. Whoo, thinking of the answer already. All right, we preserved the inequality because we did not multiply or divide by a negative number. This is positive, so we preserve. Okay, let's go ahead and check. Okay, I need to pick x is greater than -2, a number than -2. I'm going to use my old standby of 0. Love that number. It's such an easy number to check with. 0 times 3 is, whoop, look at that. 3 times 0 is 0 plus 8. We get 8 is greater than 2. Is that true? Absolutely. Okay, so now we're going to take this solution and we are going to graph it. We're going to look at -2. Is it open or closed? It is opened because we do not include -2. And now we've got to think about the possible answers. X is greater than -2. What numbers are greater than -2? All the numbers to the right. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. So there would be our graph. All right, let's take a look at example number 2. Go ahead, try it out, pause the video, come on back. Okay, hopefully you pause the video. Our first step is going to be subtract 1 from both sides. That's going to leave us with -4x less than or equal to -12. Then we are going to divide both sides by -4. -4 over -4 leaves us with 1x. -12 divided by -3 leaves us with positive. We multiplied or divided by a negative number. I need to reverse the inequality. Go ahead over and check. I need x is greater than 3. I'm going to pick 5. 5 is a good number to choose. It's an easy one to multiply in my head. -4 times 5 is -20 plus 1 less than or equal to -11. We get -19 is less than or equal to -11. Is that true? Absolutely. So we're going to go ahead and take our solution. We're going to circle 3. Is 3 included? Absolutely. We have the greater than or equal to. So we're going to shade in the 3. Okay, x is greater than or equal to 3. What numbers are greater than or equal to 3? Well, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, etc. So we are going to shade to the right. All right. So tonight what I would like you to do is I've got one extra problem that I want you to try completely on your own. Have it ready for tomorrow. Remember, we want to solve, check, and graph. Hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you tomorrow.